This video is designed for first-time handlers interested in participating in AKC agility events. To help you get the most out of this instructional video, I've included a directory of the items that we'll be covering. This will also allow you to fast forward to items that would be of particular interest to you or to skip overs that may not. All right, let's get started. Before you enter any AKC event, you must register your dog with AKC through their website, akc.org. Once you complete the process, you will receive a registration number for your dog. This number is required to enter all AKC events such as Rally, Fast Cat, Obedience, as well as Agility. Let's get started with your registration. At the very top of the page, you will find Register Your Dog. Once the online registration page appears, on the left column, you will also see a place for you to click Register Your Dog. Go ahead and click that. You can register your dog under 4 categories. You can register as a purebred, canine partners, for mixed breeds, which will then be called All-American dogs for all future events. Purebred alternative listing, otherwise known as PAL. This category is for purebred dogs, but for some reason, they do not have their papers, their AKC papers. You will need to submit images of your pup to AKC for them to determine that your dog meets the purebred criteria for that particular breed. And then other. This would be for dogs that may be waiting for AKC acceptance as a new breed or foreign-born dogs. Once you determine how you're going to register your dog, click on the link, Continue to Registration, and complete the form. Once you pay the fee, you will receive a registration number and can begin to enter any AKC event. To enter an event, you will need to find which events are scheduled. Go to Event Search at the top of the AKC page. Here you will need to find the event you are searching for. In AKC, they are placed in categories: confirmation event, companion events, and performance events. Confirmation, otherwise known as dog shows. How does your dog compare to the breed standard? Companion events includes agility, obedience, rally, and tracking. Performance events includes field tests, hunting tests, herding, farm dog, lure coursing, fast cat, and it goes all the way down to temperament tests. You'll notice you can also narrow your search further by seeing if there are events specifically for your breed, or see which events are open to All-American dogs. You can look for events offered by a specific club or events by a specific judge. You also have the option to include multiple events in your search. Once you determine which events you're interested in, you can narrow the search to your state or several states. The search engine will automatically give you all events within a year of the date you submit your request. You can further narrow the search window by selecting the beginning and end dates of your event search. Once you have finished with your search parameters, you click on the button Retrieve Events at the bottom of the page. Each event that is offered for a particular day will be displayed in a box. You can get more information on that event by clicking Event Details. You can save the event to your calendar or save it as one of your favorites. From this information, you can see when entries will be accepted and when the event is closed to new entries. You can find which classes will be offered on which days and how much the entry fee is for each event. However, here's where things get a little bit complicated. Some events will have an entry form or a premium available directly on the AKC website. Easy peasy. Click on it to get your premium, find out how much the entry fee is, mail it in, include all your information, and you're fine. Other events, however, will not, and it can become very difficult to find and locate the entry form. Some events are sponsored by a club, and you can visit the club website to find the premium, but that's not always the case. Most clubs actually contract with an operating company who runs the event for them. The trick is to find out which company is running the event, and it may take a little investigation on your part to figure that out. You can contact the event secretary and ask them where you can find the entry form. The good news is that once you determine the organizations who run events in your local area, you can place your name on their email list and receive regular notices on future events. In my particular area, there are 4 organizations that predominantly run our local trials. So it's relatively easy for me now to find the entry forms for events that are located in Southern California. But when I first got started, I struggled to find the entry forms and had to rely on friends to provide the links to these organizations. And there are some clubs that still hold their own events and provide the entry forms directly from their website. So it's a matter of learning how things are processed in your local area. And yes, I understand it can be frustrating. Here's something I like to do when I'm planning my event schedule. You will notice at the bottom of your AKC Event search page, there is a Save to Excel option. When you click on it, an Excel sheet with all the information will be downloaded, and you can import that into your desktop. The reason why I love using the Excel option, it allows me to only find events that are close to where I live. To do that, you're going to select the row that has the name of all of the data. In this case, it would be the name of the event, the city, when it starts, when it ends. Once you have that row highlighted, click on the filter button that's located on the top of your menu. Then you're going to click on the field that you're interested in selecting. In this case, it would be city. Once you click on that little diamond, you'll see a drop-down menu. Clear everything within the field and only select the cities that you're interested in competing in. You can then save your revised Excel sheet with only the data that you're interested in looking at. Okay, we decided which event we're going to enter. We've been able to download the premium, and now we're ready to fill it out. The first thing we want to do is check off which events you want to sign up for on which days. In this example, on November 11th, we want to do the standard run, the jump with weaves, the fast, and the time to beat. On the following day, the 12th, we're just going to do the standard and the jump with weaves event. And we're not going to enter on any event on the 13th. So we're only going to be entering on the 11th and the 12th. I'm going to assume that because you're watching this video, you are probably a novice handler. Most likely maybe a novice A handler. So novice A is when the handler has never titled in any AKC event prior to this event that you're entering in. If, however, the handler has another dog that they have titled in novice, open, excellent, at any other level, even though the dog is new to agility, that dog must enter as novice B. So novice A will be for dogs and handlers that have never titled or earned a title in any previous AKC event. You will notice on the entry form that time to beat, as indicated by a T2B on your entry form, does not have any levels for you to circle, letting them know what level you're going to be competing in. That's because time to beat is an open event. All dogs will be competing on the same level to determine who is able to complete it the quickest. And dogs are ranked based on how they placed within the group. Now it needs to be determined what height your dog will be jumping at in competition. If they're going for the very first time, they will need to be measured, and they need to be measured twice by two different judges in order to make sure that there's consistency in their jump height. Dogs must be measured twice before they receive their official jump height card from the AKC. There are a few instances when the first and second judge may disagree on your dog's jump height. An example would be that you were measured as 16 inches in your first competition. But when you reported for your second measurement at your second event, that judge determined that your dog must jump 20 inches. You would need to compete at 20 inches at that second event. Or you can change your dog's jump class to 16 inches preferred. This indicates that the jump height was originally at 20, but you're choosing to jump him at 16, which is the preferred height. Let's say that you qualified in both events. Now you have to wait for your third measurement by a different judge to determine what your official jump height will be. If your third judge declares that your jump height is indeed 16 inches, then the first trial where you qualified at 16 regular will count towards your title at 16 regular. Your 16-inch preferred qualifying scores, however, do not transfer towards your novice title because it's in a different class. Here's the point to remember. For qualifying scores to count towards a title, they must be within the same class. Dogs can jump above their jump height. You can elect to have your dog jump above their jump height and earn titles within that new jump height. But if they're going to be jumping lower, you must register that dog as preferred in order to allow them to jump below that jump height. Okay, we're almost done. We have determined what days we're going to be competing, which events we're going to be competing in, the level that we'll be competing in those events, as well as what jump height we will be jumping in those events. Now it's time for us to input information about our dog. You're going to record the breed of your dog. If it's a mixed breed, you're going to put in All-American. The call name of your dog, in this example, we have Maggie. And then your official AKC name that's unique to your dog. Some people are very creative. It could be something like the wind beneath my wings. You're going to record the AKC number that you received from the AKC registration process, the date of birth, country of birth, and then if you have a purebred, you're going to record the breeder information here, the sire and the dam. If it's a dog that's been adopted, you'll just put unknown. Then you record your information. Your name, your address, and who is going to be handling the dog. Write down that person's name, and if it's a junior handler, record the junior handler's name. A junior handler is anyone between 9 and younger than 18 years old. At this point, you're going ahead and sign and mail in your entry. There are some sites that you can do this online, and then you'll submit that online as directed by that particular club. Okay, good luck. I hope this information was helpful to you. Now you're ready to go. And if there's any information you feel that I've missed or is inaccurate, please comment that, and we'll make sure that we get a revision out there as soon as possible. Good luck and have fun with your dog.